Please confirm through chat, guys. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, thank you. That's 7, right? Yeah. So I'm not sure how many I already stated the documents. Okay, and the last, okay, not now. The last session we discussed about the what about the guys data redundancy, right? So as of now, guys, these are the not demo classes. Okay, we are up to creating the object. That is the demo. Now it is actually real. Okay, we are going to the normal. I think maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, these people are changing the link once that candidates are finalized. Okay, so as of now we are creating the high level, guys. We are creating the org. Forget about why Salesforce, that's the different. We are creating the org. Within that we are creating the fields, right? So and after that we are creating the tab. That's what we discussed as of now. So on the top of it, this is the last concept. What is that? While we are capturing the some particular data, for example, patient data, there is so much of data will be, what about that? Duplicate. That is called data redundancy. For that purpose, what we will do? First of all, we'll create what about some records like this on paper or then analyzing what is blood group. These three fields are unique. Why? Because patient serial number is different, patient name is different, patient blood group is different, right? But all the patient related to only one particular doctor. Assuming that in that case, these all the people, these all the patients having 1500. That means only John is a doctor, assuming that. That means all the patients assigned to John. That means, for example, this is a 1 lakh record. 1 lakh records, all these three fields are common. Same, all these three people going to the visited to the what about that Apollo Hospital duplicates. That means for 1 lakh records, these all the data is duplicate. So out of, for example, it's a 100% record. Out of 100%, 33.3% is unique. Remaining 67% is what about that duplicate. Understand? So we are in the cloud platform. That means it is a paper use. Unnecessarily we are creating the what about that redundant data. Redundant data means duplicate data. We are what about that? Avoid that redundant data. So what I will do? What we will do? First of all, understand which data is redundant. So here this doctor name is redundant data. That means duplicate data. So based on these three, we are creating one object. This is related to which these fields are related to which object? Doctor. So that's the reason we are creating one doctor object. And the third one, hospital name branch. These two fields belongs to one particular object. What is that? Hospital. Like that, we are creating two more objects. Now we have three objects. So whenever we are creating three more objects like this, so what we will do? See, like this, we are creating one record for hospital. We are creating one record for doctor. Okay, instead of 1 lakh records, doctor records, we are creating one object with one record. Okay, one unique record. Same like instead of what about that 1 lakh duplicate hospital records, we are replacing with the one record. Okay, so now whenever you are entering the patient, then you can utilize the existing data. We are not creating new data. That means, guys, are you able to hear my voice? Online people, 1 second. Now guys, online people, please confirm. Chandini, Venkat. Okay, okay, thank you. So now only one record, wherever, for example, one patient is coming, that patient related to John, then we are referring the John. That means we are selecting the John, we are not creating. That means in Google Drive. Okay, yesterday we are sharing, right, one file shared across multiple people. Understand? The same one, I am not creating. For example, yesterday I am passing 80 members. Okay, I am giving the access to 80 members. That means I am not creating 80 files. I am creating only one file and shared across multiple people. Same like here, one hospital, whoever want, I am just selecting the hospital. How? I think it has phone issues. Now guys, Chandini, now it's better. Now, guys are able to, okay. So, there's some headphone issue. So, yeah. So, instead of creating multiple records, what I'm doing, only one record, and wherever that record is one, I'm just selecting. So, but how to map it? For that purpose, Salesforce people introducing what about the two concepts? The concept called, what about that? Relationships. What is that? Relationships. Okay. So why we are using relationships? To so to avoid the data redundancy, Salesforce people introducing what? Relationships. Understand? So in the interview, those people are asking, in the good companies are asking how many types of relationship. Those people are not asking how many types of relationships. Why? Because even what about the kid also saying that. Okay, like 5th class guy also say that. Okay, but those people in the good companies, those people are asking why the people are introducing relationships. Then the answer is to avoid the data redundancy. Then the next question is, those people are asking how to avoid the data redundancy. Then you can tell that, hey, this is the hospital management system. If you are creating all the fields in one go, like this, you need to explain, this is the unique data, that's fine. This is the duplicate data. That means one record, it is fine. But up to after 1 month or after 1 year or after 10 years, what happened? The same data repeated and repeated up to 10 lakh records or 20 lakh records. That means instead of one copy, we are creating multiple copies. Same like this data also. That means what happened? Unnecessarily, instead of one copy, we are creating whatever, it will be impacting in the long run, not immediately. So that's the reason, to avoid this duplicate redundancy, to avoid the data redundancy, the people are introducing relationships. Understand? So what are the relationships? So here lookup and master. So how to create the lookup we are already discussed. Okay, so this is what in the last classes we discussed, guys. But whenever you are creating the relationships, you need to understand, so relationship between always two objects. Relationship between always two objects. That means assuming that one A object, P object. So in the interview, those people are not asking like account, contact, something like that. Those people are asking some generic object like, hey, I have a object, I have a B object. Okay, so then A is parent of B. A is parent of B. That means A is a parent, B is a child. Now, way to create the relationship. Relationship always created in the child object. For example, in our case, patient. I already explained. The patient required doctor information. Patient required hospital information. Understand? That means while you are creating the patient name, what is the patient information? Serial number is this, patient name is something, blood group. Now, the reception guy asking, hey, what is the problem? So problem means the guy is saying that cardio related issue. That means that reception guy is selecting where is the cardio related doctor. So this record already existing. That's the relationship. That means in the patient, that I will show you. Already creating this object name, blood group. Okay. So now these are direct fields, guys. These are the direct fields. This is the auto number. Forget about that. Now name is, for example, some XYZ, some name. So reception people are using this, right? Okay. So if you enter the name, then blood group. Now that guy not entered the, what about that? He is asking, hey, what is the issue? Guys, see, that's what. Whenever we are creating anything, you to act like a, what about the customer? Understand? Like receptionist, not program. Doctor, he's not entered. Already cardio related record already created in the guys. I think internet is not stable. I need to call the 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. There is some internet issue. Wi-Fi transfer. Hello, guys. Now it's fine. Online people, better, huh? Okay, thank you. So okay, guys. Okay, already cardio related What about that? Doctor name, John, and he is related to which disease? Cardio, and he, what about that? Fee. Fee is 1500. Already this record has been created in the different object as we discussed. So now here I am creating this patient required this doctor information. So you don't want to enter doctor information. Why? If you are entered, again the same story, the old story. What is the old story? See, if you are entered the disease fees doctor name like this, so after 1 month or after 1 year or something, 1 lakh records or 10 lakh records, this data will be repeated to avoid this redundancy, right? So that's the reason we are creating the new object. Within that, what is the new object? Doctor. So, yeah, this is the doctor. Doctor record already there. Now you need to share this record to this patient. Understand? That means you need to utilize this record to here. Understand? You need to utilize this record to here. Like same like Google Drive. Okay. So here I am creating. Now tell me, you need to patient record doctor or doctor record patient? First, the primary is patient record doctor. Doctor also record patients. That's a different story. But in this case, patient record doctor. So now I am creating one field. What is that? Doctor field. But it is not a normal field. It is a relationship field. Understand? So this is one relationship type of field. While you click on this, then all the doctors are come to here. Now you need to select that. In this case, we are not adding the new data. We are not creating new data. We are just refer the whatever the existing record. Same copy, we are sharing this patient. One more guy is coming. In that case also, that guy also cardio related. That means same copy, we are refer the patient. Understand? So we are linking together two objects. Patient to doctor. So here patient utilize the doctor information. So that's the reason patient is a child object, doctor is a parent object. Now the confusion is where to create a relationship field. Always you are creating the relationship field in the child object. Which object, I have told you, which object required other object information. Here patient object required doctor information. That means you need to create the field on the patient object. Okay, so same like as per our old approach, what about the other record? Yeah, here this is done. Now what about that hospital name and branch? So now you need to create one more object. We are already created. What is that object? This is the one more object with one record. Hospital. Okay, what is the hospital? You need to create the fields. Name of the hospital, Apollo, and branch something. Branch Jubilee Hills. Okay, for example, you need to not only one record, guys, you need to create 10 branches. So that guy is come to, he is visited to the Kukarpalli branch, assuming that. Then that guy is selecting the Kukarpalli record. Understand? So here also, this guy is related to cardio. For example, that guy come, what about the issue is related to neuro. Then you need to create a neuro doctor here and refer. So now here also, this patient required doctor information. Again, this patient required hospital information. So patient required hospital information. That means that patient is visited to the Apollo or Ankura or some blah blah blah. Okay, that means patient required hospital information. So that's the reason you need to create the field on the patient. What is the field? Hospital. But it is not a normal field. It is a, what is that? Relationship field. So like this, one icon is coming. Now you need to do. So we are connecting the doctor to patient. We are connecting the hospital to patient. That means here patient utilize the hospital information, patient utilize the doctor information. So patient utilize means patient is a child. We are utilizing our what about the parent things, right? So same like here, patient utilize the doctor information, patient utilize the hospital. So patient is a child of, doctor is a parent. In these two point of view, patient and doctor, doctor is a parent of patient. Hospital and patient point of view, hospital is a parent of what is that? Patient. Clear? So now you need to what about that? Understand how to identify the what about that? Parent object, how to identify the child object, and where to create the relationship with where always child object, always child object. Understand? So this is the overview, guys. Now we already created the lookup. In the hospital we are already created the patient we are already created the normal way. Okay, same like doctor, guys. We are adding the doctor. For example, see. Yeah. As of now, see guys. Patient. Now see, already 006 patient. This patient already utilized the which information? Hospital. Which hospital? Apollo Hospital. Now click on that. Open new tab. That record is open. See, this is the reference. Okay, this is the reference. We are not creating. So which hospital? Oh, Apollo Hospital, Jubilees. Then it's fine. So like this, guys. But here, if you observe, double click on that. This is the relationship. Which relationship it is a lookup. Why lookup? It is a optional. Okay, maybe may not be. Okay. Now, guys, I need to create one more relationship. What is that here? Please understand here. Hospital. We are creating lookup. Why? The Salesforce people are introducing two types of relationships, right? What are those? Yeah. Lookup and master. We already discussed. By relationship, we discussed to avoid the data redundancy. How to avoid the data redundancy, we have already discussed. Now, what is that? Lookup, master. Lookup is a optional. Optional means if you want to select the hospital, it's fine. Otherwise also fine. Understand? But some cases that you must select the data. For example, one guy is coming, but here it is not possible. Okay, 1 second. I will tell you. For example, one patient is coming, guys. This is the patient. Okay, this is the patient. So this hospital we are adding the lookup. Now, why? If I want to add, I will add that. Otherwise, I don't want to add. This is the lookup. For example, whenever that patient is visited, patient must be, what about that? Assigned to whom? Doctor. That means always patient required, what about that? Doctor information. In that case, we are using master data relationship. Understand? So lookup and master, what is that? These are the two data types, guys. These are the two data types. But we call it as a relationship as well. Why? Because it is not stored in the, please guys, please note down if possible in the mind, not in the book. Otherwise, that is up to you. Lookup or master, whatever that, not storing the data. It is referring the data. It is a reference fields. Okay, for example, here, please understand here. Patient, storing the data. What is the data? It is a patient name. Gender, male is a data. It is a text data. This is text data. Date of birth, it is storing date data. Right? Same like hospital. Apollo hospital, it is not a text. It seems like text. But internally, what is that? Internally, one record is there. Understand? See, if how we know, if you click on that, if you click on save, all are text except this. This is not text. That's the reason the hyperlink is coming. Why hyperlink? Internally, hospital, Apollo hospital, referring one particular record, not one single data. Understand? So this is the group of data. The hospital, see, if you open that, here, for example, 20 fields are there. That means that 20 fields related data we are referring here. So that's the reason it is not a text field. It is not a text field. Understand? So that's called in the technically we call it is a reference. What is that? Technically we call it is a reference fields. Understand? Another word is relationship fields. So please remember, always reference fields or relationship fields not storing the data, not storing the text data or something. It is storing the reference of other records. This is the record information. Apollo hospital is a record information, not single value. It is a group of values. Once you are click on that, the hospital, whatever the fields are already there, those are visible. Understand? So that is the main difference between normal fields and the reference fields. Reference means relationship fields. Relationship field always storing the whatever that record, not single data. Clear, guys? Clear? So now, what about that? This is the lookup. It is an optional. Now I need to store what about that? Create other relationship. What is that? Master. What is meant by master? So master means it is a mandatory field. That means whenever you are creating the patient, you must enter the doctor information. That means you must select the doctor information. So in that case, we are using master field. How to create the field, guys? Set up objects and open the patients, right? Open the patients. See. Set up object, right? Which object? Objects. What is the object? We need to create on which object? It is a patient object. Now open the patient object. So custom fields. This is the custom fields and relationships. We are already creating the relationship. See which relationship? Hospital. Where is the hospital? Here. See here. See guys here. Forget about this. Account don't require. For practice purpose we are creating. I'm just deleting. Now see here. Assign doctor. Text of 100. That means it is taking 100 members. Sorry, 100 characters. This is also don't required. I will remove that later. Blood group. It is a pick list field. Contact number. Phone field. Date of birth. Storing the date data. This is pick list. Gender. Pick list. Now hospital is lookup. Okay. Hospital is lookup. Okay. And also here indexed. See. Indexed. What is meant by indexed? Okay, I will tell you not now. Okay. So now patient. Now we need to create the whatever data relationship to doctor. Why? Because patient require doctor information, but it's a mandatory information. Now we have a two relationship, lookup and master. So now I want to create the whatever data master. Okay. How to create the master? Click on new. So see guys, whenever you are creating the objects, what is the navigation? Setup, type objects, then click on object and select whatever the object you want. Then we are creating whatever we want. Okay, there is a shortcut, guys. Every time in the real time we are not going like that. So the shortcut tip is simple. Here, right? This is the object, right? So as a kid, go. So as a learner, that's fine. But in the real time, we are not going to set up and type object and click on the object and select the where is my object. Here it is a fresh object. So here 3 objects are there. In the real time, there is hundreds of objects are there. You need to check where my object. It is very difficult. It's taking so much of time. So here tip is okay. What is the tip? Simple. So here, right, in the patient, you need to create the field, right? So open the any patient record. So first of all, for example, I want to create the field of the patient object. Now what I will do? Go to the patient tab. Okay, this is the patient. Okay, for example, this is the patient tab. Now in the right side, see, left side, right side, right side. What is that? Expand. There is a power is coming. Expand with the access menu. Okay, click on that. Here, these so many options are coming. So here, view fields. View fields. Click on that. Same. What about that? This screen. What is that? Yeah, this screen and this screen both are same. In the traditional approach, set up, go to the whatever the find check whatever the box and objects and click on the object and select your whatever the object and click on that. Then this page is whatever the displayed. That is the traditional approach. The shortcut is simple. For example, I want to create what about that field on the doctor. Okay, simple. What is the tip? Go to the open the doctor, click on the doctor. Okay, the right side there is a overlay. Expand with access menu. Click on that. Now you need to create the fields, right? New fields. Here you need to create directly. Instead of the what about that long, what about that path? This is the very simple way. So if you see here, in our case, which field we want to create? In the patient. Click on patient. Now what is the shortcut? Here, quick access menu. Please observe, guys. This pop-up say that post.com. Post.com. We already discussed, right? In the starting demo. Post.com means whatever you want to create or modified, Salesforce people are provided PaaS platform as a service. That is the post. Understand? Now click on new fields. By the patient we are creating new data, new field. From now onwards, I don't want to go set up and find whatever the type on objects and click on the objects and go to the respective object. I don't want to go. If you want to do anything on the object, I want to go to the quick access menu. Understand? Yeah. Now, click on new. See, guys, if you observe, there's so many fields are there, right? Data types are there. What are those? Auto number, we know already. Formula, I will tell you. See, there is a difference, guys. The remaining all are enabled except roll-up summary. Why? Okay? That is the different situation, different story. I will tell you. But as of now, please remember why it is by default it is disabled. When it is enabled, that is a different interview question. Okay, in the same scenario, I will explain. So as of now, which object it is disabled? What is the object name? No, object name, patient. In the patient, roll-up summary is disabled. But patient is a relationship wise, patient is a parent object or child object? Child object. So in the child object patient, I added somewhere. I noted somewhere. So note, as per above all picture, what is all picture? Patient is a child, doctor is a parent, hospital is a parent. and hospital and patient lookup is there. Okay, now see guys, first point, very important. First point, what is the first point? In child, in patient underscore C. As a developer, you need to add underscore. It's a custom object. Okay. In patient underscore C, is a child object of what? Child object of, as of now, child object of hospital. Hospital underscore C. Don't write label. Why? Because you need to, what about that, use API names. We are the developers, right? API names. So in patient underscore C is a child object of, what about that? Hospital. Child object means, and also which is having which relationship? Lookup. Lookup. That means optional. Right? Very important guys, this one. Having, which is having lookup. It is a optional relationship. Whatever we did, I just add one, whatever mode. See here, this is the patient, this is the hospital. Okay? Patient and hospital point of view. Patient is a child object of hospital. Okay? Which is having lookup. These two having lookup. In that case, what is that? This is the patient, right? In that case, patient roll-up summary is disabled. Patient roll-up summary is disabled. See, in the patient object, roll-up summary is enabled or disabled? Disabled. In this case, this is a data type. Data type is, guys, what is the roll-up summary? I will tell you. First of all, we need to understand what is the existing thing. Okay, we are just captured. What is that? Hey, whenever I am creating any field, in that case, what is that? In the patient object. In the patient object, roll-up summary is visible. So patient object means, as we discussed already, patient object is a, what about that? Child object of hospital, which is having lookup. So in that case, what is that? Roll-up summary data type is visible. What is the? Sorry? Don't conclude that. That's what. This is the first scenario. I need to explain different use cases. Then finally we are come to the one conclusion. Okay. In this scenario, what is the scenario? There is a two objects. What is that? Patient and hospital. Between that, which relationship is existing? Lookup. Okay, lookup. In that case, the child, what happened? The child roll-up summary is disabled. The child roll-up summary. What is roll-up summary? I will explain you guys. Okay. Now reverse. What is the reverse? Why? Because guys, in the Salesforce, whatever you are observed, you need to understand why. That is the subject. Understand? Without like, okay, this is the question, this is the answer. If you are learning like question and answers, in the interview, those guys are not asking question and answers. Okay, those people are directly open one object. Hey, here roll-up summary is visible. Why? Can you explain? That is not theoretical question. That is a practical question. Then you need to understand the data model. So that's the reason I explain like this. Understand, guys? Forget about what is roll-up summary. I will explain. But in this case, actually, whenever you are open all the data types, all are enabled. But why this is disabled? That's what my question. So that's the reason I am covering this. Okay. So what is this situation? It is a patient object. We are doing something. What is that? On the patient object is a child object of the hospital. So that is what here I noted. What is that? The patient child object of hospital, which is having lookup. That means these two objects having lookup. So in this case, roll-up summary data type is visible. Where? In the patient object. Okay, in patient object, the child. Now second, I will tell you guys roll up summary. In the second, reverse. In patient is child object of hospital, right? So in this case, patient underscore C, roll up summary data type is visible. Okay? On patient, right? Roll up summary is visible. Now in the reverse, what is that? Patient and hospital. Now I am going to the hospital and check roll up summary is visible or not. Why? Hospital is a parent object. Even though both are having lookup, I am checking roll up summary is visible, enabled or disabled the patient. It is disabled. Now what is the other object? Hospital. So again, here in hospital underscore C. That means it is a which object? Child or parent? Parent. Here in hospital underscore C, roll up summary. Okay, my question is why it is disabled. That's what. Okay, here. So in this case, patient roll up summary data type is disabled. Now I need to check here in hospital underscore C, parent roll up summary is disabled or not. We'll see. Go to the which object? Hospital. Go to the new fields. Now open any new, click on new, custom fields, right? Click on new. Then check roll up summary. Here also roll up summary is visible. In which object? Even though in the parent object as well, what about that? Roll up summary is visible. Clear? Very important guys in the interview. So that's the reason as I explained here. So roll up summary is roll up summary data type. It's a data type. Data type is visible. Okay? Simple. Now the conclusion is in the lookup point of view. The conclusion is there is two objects. Okay, forget about the patient and what about that hospital. Okay, in the interview, hey, I have a and B objects. Okay, A is parent of B or B is parent of A. So, okay, now can you tell me where the roll up summary field is enabled or disabled? In the disabled cases, in the both the objects, if any two objects having lookup relationships, okay, in that case, okay, roll up summary will be disabled in the both the objects, parent and child. Clear? Any object. See, if the conclusion part of this statement is any two objects, A and B, okay, or X and Y, any two objects having which relationship? Lookup. Okay, in that case, parent object and child object, in the both the cases, roll up summary is visible. Clear? Clear guys? When it is enabled, I will tell you, but it is very, very important in the real time. Roll up summary, I will explain you, but whenever I am seeing the data types, my question is, hey, why all the, what about that? All the data types are enabled except roll up summary. Why? In which situation is enabled, which situation is visible, I want to find out. Okay? So that's the reason, as of now, we have two objects, patient and hospital. I'm checking the patient and checking in the hospital. That means I'm checking in the child object and parent object. In the both the cases as well, roll up summary is visible. So the final conclusion is, if you have any two objects, these two objects having lookup relationship. In that case, in the both the situations, that means in the both the objects, roll up summary is visible. Clear? Clear? Okay. Now come to other relationship. What is the other relationship? So this note, what is the mandate? What is that? Not mandate means. The other one is master detail relationship. So way to create? Always child. So this is the one, right? Patient. Patient is child. Patient required doctor information. Okay. Here also bit confused. Please understand here. Now lookup. We don't require lookup. We require okay. Now next. Same instead of lookup, we are selecting the master relationship. Connecting to what? See, as per our diagram, patient needs to connect to doctor. Doctor with which relationship? Master detail. Okay. Now where is the patient? Yes. Here you need to relate it to. That means connecting to. Where is the doctor? Doctor. But what is the relationship? Master. Doctor. Okay. See, doctor is a not living man. It is a parent. Child is patient. Okay. That's the reason it's a patience. Right? Maybe multiple records. Now next. See guys, whenever it is a mandatory, it's a mandatory relationship, right? Here visible is disabled. If you are creating any mandatory field, this visible is, there is no, it is enabled. It is already disabled. That means this is available for all the way. Now next. Now see guys, next, see doctor relationship. What is the relationship? Master. So that means patient connecting to doctor through master data relationship. Understand? Now next. Okay. Now click on save. Okay. Now see guys. Okay. Now understand. I don't want to click on save. Why? Before that, I will explain you one thing. See guys, this is the patient, right? This is the patient. In the patient, how many records are there? Already 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 records are already there. Okay, now open the first record or second record, any record. This is the record. Assume that this is a sample record. Patient means it is a child object. Irrespective, whatever, irrespective of doctor, right? Doctor. We are connecting to doctor, right? Doctor is a parent, patient is child. Now, here we are creating same like hospital. We are trying to create the doctor relationship. We are trying to connect one more field. Okay, but the doctor is, what is the relationship? Master. Master means it is a required or not required? It is a required. That means here one field is created, but it is a required field. Understand? Same like hospital, we are trying to see. If you click on here, if you click on save here, what is that? Doctor field is created on the patient object. That means here under hospital or somewhere we are creating one doctor field, but it is a mandatory field. Please understand, it is a mandatory field. Whenever one field is created, mandatory field, but already 6 records are already there. For example, this record already there. Here we are, this is the saved record, but on the top of it we are creating the mandatory field. Mandatory field means we are creating the mandatory field, but there is no data. Why? This is an existing record. This is an existing record. In the existing record, patient name, for example, patient name is some Shravan. Okay? Gender Shravan male. This is cardio something. Date of birth 1990 something. And blood group. Contact number something. Ascend doctor open no problem. So now if you click on save, this record is saved, right? Why? All the data is there. Now I am creating on existing records also. On existing record, I am creating one mandatory field. What is the mandatory field? Doctor. So that mandatory field will be applied to all the 6 records, right? So whenever I click on the save here, whenever I click on the save, these 6 records, this is the first record, second record, third record, fourth, fifth, sixth. All 6 records, the mandatory field will be what about that created. But whenever the mandatory field is created, at that time we are not entering the data. Why? It is the existing data. The mandatory field, there is no data. Understand? On the top of existing data, we are creating the mandatory field. That means who adding the data. Understand? So that means the validation will be failed. What is the validation? Existing record, whenever we are creating the mandatory field, you need to enter the data. But we are not entering. We are just on existing record, we are creating the mandatory field. So mandatory field trying to create, but in the mandatory field there is no data. So that's the reason what happened. It is failed. Understand? Very, very important in the interview. If it is a existing data, there is no data, guys. There is no data means in the what is the object? Patient. There is no data. That means 0 records. 0 records means we are creating the one required field or non-required field. It will be created. Okay. Why? Because there is no data. For example, already 6 records already there. Now we are adding one more mandatory field. If you click on the save here, this doctor field is created, trying to create 001 record, 002, 003, 004, 005, 006. So all the 6 records, this mandatory field will be added. Whenever it is added, it is trying to add, but there is no data. There is no data means what happened? This record is not updated. Then the system throws that, hey, you are creating the mandatory field on existing records. It is not possible. Understand? So that's the reason if you click on save on existing record, if the see here we are trying to create the doctor, what about that? Required field, required master data relationship, it will not create. Why? If it is created, who added that? Understand? See now. You click on save, cannot create master data relationship. Why? You cannot create new master data relationship on existing custom object if records already exist. So we are creating the master data relationship on the patient object. Patient object, all the records are there. On the top of it, you are creating them whatever new required field. So all 6 records required data. So we are not added, right? So that's the reason here the interview question is the guy is asking, hey, I have a A object, B object. Both are A object, please understand. I have A object, B object. A is already data is there. A is like that guy for confusion guys. See, that guy is for confusion purpose. Those guys are saying that in the A, I have 10 million records. Forget about 10 million or 1 crore or 2 crores, forget about that. Okay, if it is 1 record or 10 million records, both are same for us. But that guy is for confusion. Okay, make you confusion. Those guys are saying that, hey, I have A object. A is having whatever 10 lakh records or 5 million records. 5 million means 50 lakhs records. Now on A, I need to connect B. Now already A having already 50 million records. If A is having 50 million or 1 record, both are same for us. Please remember the figures. What is the figure? Like 50 million, right? 5 million or 10 millions. Whenever those guys are saying that word, we are confused and there is some fear will be happening internally. 50 million means our focus will be diverted. Okay? Don't whatever think about that figures like 50 million or 10 million or 1 crore something. For us as a developer, 50 million or 1 crore or 6 records or 1 record, anything is fine for us. Okay? That is a different what about that way guys to what about the you need to make strong in that case. Okay? So that guy is saying that hey, I have a object. A object. Then in your brain, You need to understand, oh, this is A. Like that, you need to analyze that. Then that guy say that, hey, this is the A, right? So you need to draw the diagram in your brain. Okay? Then I have a B. That guy say that B. I have two objects, A and B. Now, in the A object, I have, what about that? 10 million records. 10 million records. Then our, what about that focus and our what do you say? Our focus, everything will be gone, guys. So forget about it is a 10 million or 1 crore or 2 crores. If there is records are there. If 1 record or 10 million record, anything is fine for us. Okay? So don't focus on the figure 10 million or 1 crore or something like that. Okay. Now the final is A, B object are there. That guy say that A is having 10 million records. Now that guy say that, hey, I want to utilize B information in A, which is mandatory. That means, I need to, whatever the connect B to A, understand? So with the mandatory means master information. So we need to create master data relationship from A to B. Now A is a child. Now A is the child. So that means in the UI level, we need to create like this B. This is the mandatory relation. That's the reason I make it is a red color. Mandatory. Like this. Okay. But while you are, so now where to create in A? Instead of patient, here A is there. Those guys are not saying that account, contact, patient, something. Those guys are simply say that A object, B object, X object, Y object, like that. Why? Because it's generic. Okay. Now you need to connect A to B. That means you are utilizing the B information in the A. That means in the A you are creating the master data relationship P. But immediately the third process is like, oh, master data relationship means it's the mandate. But these guys say that already 10 million records are there. If 10 million records are there, means if you want to create the master data relationship to B, the 10 million records, what about that? The B field is required. Understand? 10 million records are there. We are trying to create B field on 10 million records. That means it is required. That means it is empty. It is required, but we are not entering data. We are creating. So then the system will be, what about the validate? Hey, you have a already existing data, but you are trying to, on the top of it, you are creating the mandatory field. So that's the reason it is rejected. That's the reason it is rejected. Please understand, if there is two objects are there, in the two objects, always we are connecting from child to parent. Okay? The child object having some data, then you are connecting to the other object as a master data relationship, then the system will not allow. The child having some records, and then you are trying to connect the other object as a master data relationship. In that case, the system is not allowed. Why? Already data is there. On the top of it, you are creating the master data relationship. Required field. Master is required. So that's the reason existing data master field is trying to add, but validation will be failed. Why? There is no data. It is trying, but there is no data. Already existing data is there, but master field, there is no data. So that's the reason it is rejected. Understand? Very, 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 very important in the interview. Understand, guys? So now how to achieve it? How to, but we need to create our patient to doctor with master. Understand? How to do that? In that case, guys, the first approach is very worst approach. If you are doing that, your architect or first of all client will come to, if you are in India, client will come to from US and pick you. Okay, the first approach is a very worst approach, but you need to tell them to that guy. Why? Because we know different approach. We need to show you what are the skills, right? So what is the first approach? The first approach is simple, guys. If the child object having the data, that is the problem. Now you need to delete all the records in the child object. Then you can connect it. It's fine, right? So that's the problem, right? The child object having some records, then we are unable to create the master relationship. So the first approach is very vast approach. Okay, don't don't do that. Why? Because it's a 10 million records, guys. It's a client data. Okay, if you are saying that, hey, I want to create the master relationship, so that's the reason I'm deleting your records 10 million. Then that guy is come from US and kick you. Okay, hey, so that's the reason. This is the one approach, but it is a vast approach. So what is the approach? Delete all child records, then create master relationship. But it is a worst approach. Understand? If the child having the data, that is the problem. So that's the reason. What is the approach? I want to delete all the records, then create the master. But it is not recommended. Why? Because you don't touch the client data. Why? Because it is a sensitive data. If you are deleting that, okay, there is so many escalations are happened in our project level. Okay, so this is the approach. For example, if it is a 2 or 3 records, that is fine. Okay, but it is a millions of records. In that case, don't do this approach. Now, what is the other approach? Second approach. First, what I will do, see guys, in that step 1, I will explain you. What is that? Already, see, this guy says that you cannot create new master relationship on the existing custom object if records already exist. Where? In the child. So, here already how many records are there? 6 records in the child. Now, what I will do, first of all, but we need to connect to the doctor first. Through master relationship, right? So first of all, I am creating the optional relationship. If there is no data, it will be created, guys. But if it's a data in the real time, must be data will be there. Okay, we are not creating from scratch maximum. Okay, if it is a scratch means if it is a new object, that is fine. Directly we are connecting. There is no issue. Okay, but this is the other case. This is the 90% of the maximum cases, guys. Okay. So now what I will do, I need to connect the doctor with the master, right? So first, I will create the lookup first. Lookup means it is not required. It is a optional. Then, first of all, what is that? Step 1, create lookup relationship. First, why it is an optional? Option means 10 million records are there. We are creating the optional record, optional field. Optional field means data is not required. So first we need to connect to the doctor using lookup. I will tell you. So first you can do that. Where is that? Go back. One by one step, guys. Previous. Again come back. Previous. 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 What is that? Instead of master, I am selecting lookup. Whenever child having the data. If there is no data, there is direct approach, guys. Everybody doing that. If the child, most of the real-time use cases having the data. In that case, first you need to create the lookup. Next. 2. Which object? Okay. Next. Next. See, previously whenever it is mandatory, this is disabled. Now it is a optional. Optional means it is enabled. Now see, doctor lookup. What is that? Doctor is a lookup field. Next. Doctor lookup patient. So doctor is a parent, patient is a child with the lookup relation. That means optional. Save. it will create. 10 million records are there, we are creating optional field. There is no issue. But we don't require lookups. We require master. Then what I will do? First of all, we'll see doctor is there. Now, how many records are there in this case? 6. In the real time, 10 million records are there. So you need to update the doctor with respect to data first. In the real time 10 millions, right? 10 millions, we have some tools, guys. In the end of the whatever our sessions, I will tell you. We need to get all the 10 million records and add this field value. Understand? What is that? Here 6 records are there. We don't require any data load or something. I'm just adding all the 6 records with respect to values. Okay. So all are related to patient, right? Now, edit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are only 6. So manually I am updating the data. But 10 million records means it is not possible. We have some tools. I will tell you. So who is that guy? Anyone? Peter. Something is not related. Peter. We have 3 records, right? So doctor is there in the first record. Second, Apollo Hospitals. Doctor is there in the second record. Any doctor, guys. I'm just adding the mandate. What about the doctor data? The lookup, yeah. Let's see. Six records are completed, right? Yes, 6 records are completed. So what I will do, first of all, through doctor, I'm creating the lookup and map all the data. Okay. Now, see, this is the second. Step 2 is what I did. Create lookup, mapping all records data. Okay. This is second. Now, see guys. Now all the 6 records. In the real time, all the 10 million records, already doctor data already there. Why? We are already mapping, right? So now what I will do, I am converting lookup to master. I am converting lookup data type to master. Whenever I am converting lookup to master, it is checking first record doctor is there or not. Already doctor is there. Second record doctor is there or not. Already there. So it is required. Third record doctor is there or not. Yes, it is there. That means all the 10 million records doctor already there. Then we are changing from lookup to master. Understand? Understand, guys? See, whenever I am converting first record, see guys, now this is the lookup, right? Now I am changing the data type. I am not creating new one. Instead of lookup, I am updating the master. Whenever it is updated, the system checking the first record doctor is there or not. Yes, there. Then it is converting to mandatory master. Second record doctor is there or not. Yes, it is there. Convert to mandatory. Like that, it is checking 10 million records or 1 crore records or whatever it is. Understand? Now see, again, we are not creating, we are updating the data type. Go to fields. Where is the patient? This is the patient. Where is the field? Doctor field. See, this is the doctor. Lookup. Now this lookup I am changing to master. Ready? Change field. We are updating. Click on that. Now, see, lookup to master. Why the remaining is not coming? We are already, it is a relationship field. Relationship will be converting to other relationship, not text sum. Understand? Click on that. Now, next. Next. Or save. Don't record other, save. Whenever you will click on save, what it does? The system go into first record. Hey, doctor field is there or not? Yes, it is there. Value is there or not? Yes, it is there. Go to the second record. Doctor field is there. Yes, doctor field is there with the data. Third record. Doctor field with data. Fourth record. Doctor field with data. All are there. Then it is converting to mandate. Okay. Now Same. See, updating records. Updating record means it is checking internally one by one record. Understand? Now see, doctor is master potential. See, it is an index. See, if you observe, everything you can observe that. Only relationships having this index. What is that? I will tell you. Now see, open it. Now you need to. Doctor is. What about that? Read only. Why it is a mandatory? Forget about that. Now what I will do? I am creating new record. See, doctor is mandatory. Understand, guys? Now doctor is mandatory. Then patient related to what about that? Hospital with lookup. Patient what related to what about that? Doctor with master definition. Both are done. So now we can understand the other use cases. Okay, the role of summary, everything is there, right? When it is enabled. So in the hospital point of view, patient and hospital point of view, the role of summary is displayed. Now we need to check patient and doctor point of view, what is the role of summary. Okay, we will discuss tomorrow, guys. Okay, thank you. Online people having any questions? Anyone having any questions? Guys, I already shared the 1 second. I have only 5 minutes. 1 second, guys. Sure, guys. Once the link has been changed, I will share my mail ID, guys. Okay. See, guys. Match 7, right? 7:30. Please. Match 7, 7:30. So I already shared this, guys. Please, I already shared it for online people. Offline people today I will share it. I didn't get your email IDs. Now, as of now, whatever we are already discussed. Umkar, can you have already contacted, you can connect with him, okay? See, guys, this is the admin. As of now, these two are objects. Guys, here there is a table. Forget about the table. Why? Because as a kid, how to decide it is an object or something. For example, car. Car is not object. It's a very old concept, very whatever the level 1, guys. See, car, how to decide object in general way. How to decide object means, for example, I am saying car, guys. In my point of view, it is a BMW A4. In your point of view, it is an Nexon something. In some other point of view, you can imagine some whatever Tata something like that. Okay, that means our imagination is not coincident in the one particular car. So my point of view, car is different. Your point of view, car is different. Some other point of view, car is different. Then car is not an object. In the normal way, guys. Okay, that's the reason I need to cover. But I am saying specific XUV 700. XUV 700 means I am saying, so my imagination, oh, XUV 700, I know. So everybody thoughts are coincident in the one specific car. So in that case, XUV 700 is an object. Car is not an object. For example, TV. TV is not an object. So Samsung TV model number blah blah blah. Then it is an object. Why? Because all the people thinking only one thing. Then it's an object. So that is the table, guys. See here. Object. What is meant by object? Standard and custom. What is meant by standard object? What is meant by custom object? So what is the navigation? How to see create new custom object, and whenever you click on new, this screen is coming. Then after that, what is the plural label, what is the tab name, what is the object name, what is the description, everything I explained. So label, plural label, everything. Okay. So after that, I'm entering. I want to create the student record. So student object here, student ID. Now it is creating I already explained. Whenever you are creating any object, internally 4 fields are created, right? These are the standard fields. See here, standard fields. The 4 fields are called as standard. If you want to create any custom fields, this is the navigation. Now click on, these are the, see, roll up summary visible. This is the data types, all the data types which is supported in the Salesforce. Now, custom field, I am creating the student name custom field. Like that, you need to create, see, it is a mandatory. So, it is a disabled. Now, you need to create whatever you, following the above steps for creating more custom fields, whatever you want. I just explained, I just added date of birth, course, mobile number, it's a student, right? Then that is up to your, what about that use case. Now, see, I'm explaining for hospital management system, here student related. Why? Because if I am explaining same thing, you are not applying your brain there. So that's the reason. See here, student records. What about that? Name, mobile, course, fee. So name is student, mobile is student, course and fee different. So that's the reason. First of all, it is a 1 million, 60 million bytes, same thing I told you. So here data redundancy are coming. So then I need to recognize what are the different data. See, duplicate data. Here course and fee. Salesforce, Salesforce, Salesforce. In our case, we are using cardio. So this is the fees. So this data will be repeated. Then we need to create the current object for 2 fees. What is that? It is a course related. So see, data redundancy. See, in above records, the course and fee are common data for all records. Assume 1 million records. This is called data redundancy. What is meant by data redundancy? Commonly repeated data in all records is called data redundancy. This will separate this data from student in this case. Then I will separate this data from student object, create one more object with appropriate name and store it. See, course, I am creating the course. Now, this is the course object. This one. So course, this is the student. Student will be mapping to course. That means course is a parent object, student is a child object. Okay. So now this is the approaches, guys. See, after that, how to connect. So these people are saying that, what about that? There is 2 types of relationships, right? Student management system, something like that. Here, relationships. Lookup and master. Okay. Now we are already covered lookup, master. Once master is covered, then we are explain the differences. Okay, roll up summary and everything. Then I will update the remaining document. Okay, I already shared this. Please check it. And meanwhile, guys, everybody, it is mandatory. Otherwise, you will miss the access. Here, batch 7 is there. One sheet is there. Once you got the access, here, your email ID is there. Okay. You can check. I already gave the access. Yes. For example, this guy, someone. Okay, this guy don't have the drive access. Then make it no and put the comment here. Sir, I don't get the access. Then I will check it. Okay. If you have the video access, you can say, what about that? Click on that. Click on yes or no. Okay. So then put the comment. Understand? Your mail ID is always here. Otherwise, you can add your mail ID and add that did you get the video access and did you get the drive access. Okay, I will check and update the accordingly. If you are miss your mail ID or you are not providing any what about the yes or no, you will miss the what about the content. Okay, please update this sheet. Okay, guys. So yeah, once you are paying the fee, I will give the drive access. You need to add your recording access also. Okay. If you have any issue, your name, according that you are here, you need to type your comment. I will check it. This is the process, guys. Okay, sir, when we lost you. Omkar, you can ask to the see. I already sent one email, right? What is what is that? One phone number. His name is Shyam sir. You can contact to related video survey. It will support non-SQL data now. Jyoti will discuss. Non-SQL means I didn't get, we'll see. I'm from US location with 10 years QA automation experience. I have more jobs option in US. Not only US, all over the world, guys. Okay, in India, so much of jobs, US as well. So Venkateswarlu don't require any pre-required what about the things for Salesforce. You easily migrating from any other technology to Salesforce. Okay, I'm not saying as a business purpose, guys. Salesforce is not that much of difficult, but you need to concentrate on that. Okay, will I join this course? Can you share code? Yes, Satish. Once you are paying the fee, Sham sir will give the access. Okay, you can contact to Sham sir. So this is the number I will share with you again. You can directly connect with him. Okay, you can call to them. 8247 60 So this is the number, you can contact that. Okay guys, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow Saturday, na? Saturday class is there. As of now, we'll see. Thank you guys.